How's it going, everyone? I am here with David from the new federal state of China. Now, tell me a little bit about your organization, what you guys are planning on doing, and just anything my viewers need to know.
Sure. So what you see behind us right now is our booth. We are in the new federal state of China, and we are an organization with the vision of a democratic China. And we're largely a group of Chinese dissidents and fighters who want to take down the Chinese Communist Party, and we need everyone's help to do that because the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, has been infiltrating America, has been colonizing Africa, has been trying to gain the favor of the Middle East. They want to destroy America and conquer America. Your God-given rights are being taken away by a foreign regime, the CCP, a regime that crushes religious freedom, a regime that burns down churches, imprisons believers, and commit genocide. So stand with us and save America.
And I hear the Chinese government has been making police stations in foreign nations, including here in America, to go after people who are dissidents to the Communist Party. What's going on that front? Can you tell me anything? Like, have any of your members been targeted?
That's right. We have many members, in fact, who have been targeted. We get on camera very often. We're very vocal. We're always trying to gain more support. And so when the CCP notices, they go after the family members of those people who are still in China, the family members who are still in communist China. And that's very unfortunate. But, they gave us this difficult choice to stay silent and to perish anyway, or to stand up, stand strong, and be brave and fight and take the Chinese communists down. All of us will choose to fight until the end.
The viewers flipped.
And regarding police stations, I can tell you from personal experience that my family member, my mother, was a target of Operation Foxhound, which was a notorious international operation by the CCP to persecute Chinese dissidents living abroad. So in Europe, in Canada, in the United States, we came to America 10 years ago. I've been living in Georgia for a decade. And in 2018, the CCP sent a Chinese Communist Party agent all the way overseas from mainland China, Communist China, to our home in Georgia. And they intimidate us. They make sure that we understand that they're holding our family hostage. My grandmother was put in prison by the CCP because they wanted to use her to get to my mom, to get my mom to go back to China to be in prison as well.
Yeah.
And my grandmother was 75 years old. She was put in prison for 17 days straight. She has 17 days straight, sorry. She has severe high blood pressure, and they knew that, but they still put her in jail and in prison. I use that word interchangeably, but she almost died. But they sent her to the emergency room for treatment. She miraculously survived, thank God. And they released her because for a terrorist, a dead hostage has no value.
And the CCP is evil.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Guys, this is the easiest cause to get behind. I mean, let's unite together. The United States of America, we must unite under this one banner to take down the Chinese Communist Party because they don't care what your beliefs are. They don't care if you're right or left. They don't care if you're a man or a woman. They don't care what you are. They care that you're American and they want to destroy America.
And like I was telling you off camera, I have friends that have immigrated here from China who have escaped the Communist Party. I'm sure if the CCP knew who those people were, they would be doing the same thing that they did with your family. And I'm really sorry to hear what happened to your family. It's a terrible thing. Now, one thing I would want to say is, I know you said democracy. I know that term gets used a lot. Would you say we would want to instead implement like a constitutional republic, kind of like what we have in the United States? Or would that be the preferred form of government for China? Or what are you guys envisioning?
I think the system that America has got is, personally, just my personal opinion, is the best system in the world as far as I'm concerned. I've been living in America for a decade, and here we actually have the freedom. We have a life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I mean, that's the three things that everyone should have. Isn't that agreeable? I mean,
I agree.
The Chinese people just want to live their lives without fearing for their lives every day. And the CCP doesn't represent the Chinese people anymore because they are a regime that's killing the Chinese people, terrorizing the Chinese people. So they're illegitimate, they're a terrorist organization.
And we almost had Tiananmen Square round 2 with the bank protests and stuff that have been happening over there. Everyone over in China, from what I've seen, and Pasobix actually, I've seen a lot of Pasobix stuff covering this. Basically, and sorry, we have people walking through the camera, so that's why I'm like moving with the arm here. where they're sending in tanks now to all these cities to intimidate the public, right? But I mean, numbers, right? I think are on the Chinese people's side that are fed up with this. We never want this stuff to be a bloodbath, but is there a way that there can be change in China without the CCP cracking down really hard? I mean, we know they're going to crack down regardless, right? But what is the best way to get a constitutional republic style government like we have in the United States? This is what happens when I don't have a cameraman, by the way.
Chaotic.
A little bit chaotic running in here. But how do we get that form of government installed in China?
Great question. I mean, you mentioned that the Chinese people are revolting, and that's very, very important. That's extremely important. We're at the turning point in history for the world, especially for China, for the Chinese people. The Chinese people is a incredibly resilient population. They're incredibly humble. And the Chinese people are peace lovers, the majority of them, the ones who are not brainwashed by the CCP. But listen,
let's get a little closer.
Yeah,
People keep running in.
When the Chinese people living in China under such oppression they've had enough, and they're standing up, they're protesting, they're uttering the words, Xi Jinping step down, CCP step down. You know that something's changed. Something has changed dramatically. This is no longer, we're not talking, Chinese people just complaining about the government. They won't actually see the problem. They want to overthrow it. And that's our first step in building a democratic China.
And I will say this is just from what I've been reading on it, the Belt and Road Initiative that China's been doing for foreign governments, don't fall for that trap, because you're going to be indebted to the Chinese party. They're going to build bases within your nation when you default on those loans, and you're just emboldening the Chinese government and their power on the world. So
absolutely right.
we need to support these guys here. They're doing great work.
Thank you. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man, and I wish you guys the best, and pray for your guys' families that are stuck in China.
Thank you. Save America.
Yep. Save America, save China.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, guys, and another thing here, forgot to mention it, so editing this in at the end. It's NFC, New Federal State of China. It is here. I'll just put. There you go, so you guys can see it. NFSCofficial.com. So that is that information. Go check them out. Highly recommend you guys support this organization here. They are fighting back against the CCP, and we need people like them. Pray for their families. Pray for everyone still stuck in China. But this is a great organization to support. Anyways, guys, signing off. Thank David again for the interview, and catch you on the next video.